Welcome everybody to this little round table discussion. We have Ron here. Yes, we have Janine. Hi Janine.
Hi.
We have Laura and Orea here. And I'm so grateful that Mark and JC have agreed to basically be there with us on this or during this. Hi Laura. Hi Aura. How are you? So I'm very grateful.
Good. I didn't push the right button. I'm sorry. So I'm so excited to be with you guys.
Story of my life.
You like to get your button pushed?
Well, that'd be nice, yeah.
Well, look who's
Hi,
there in the
Peter.
background. Hi, Peter.
Hi, Peter.
Peter!
Hi, Peter. How you going?
Good.
Good.
You're supposed to email me back, you. What are you doing?
Yeah, I've just got back. So
Scotland.
yeah. But I'll
Standing.
try and get a hold of you tomorrow.
Anyway, we're here to talk about Tomaz's stuff.
No, yeah, we are here just to share some experiences for those who have been journeying with us for the past 5 weeks. And I'm so excited that JC and Mark have agreed to join, because I must be honest, without JC and Mark, this course would not have been there. And also without Monique, because Monique was the first one who actually suggested to combine and to come up with a meditation course to support Mark's group. So without me just sort of keep on talking, I would just like to invite maybe Ron to come in and just sort of share with us a little bit your journey during the past 5 weeks. What did you find challenging? What did you get out of the course? And yeah, how has it been for you so far?
Again, thank you, Thomas, and thank you for all your humbling guests who have appeared. What I like about Thomas's course is most gurus or so-called gurus are coming to you with a certain form of an egotistical manner. And Thomas is very humbling. He doesn't take that. He's not the teacher that's forcing you to do things. And the course, I did a Vedic course about 2.5 years ago, and I found that the Vedic teacher was very much coming from a broken wing guru's aspect, and he was the dominant person it was leading the course, and it was either you do it this way, it's not going to work, and then what I found during that journey was it was during the so-called pandemic. The guy was talking about politics and how he was so happy that Biden got in, and I thought this was a meditation group, a spiritual group. How can he be talking about something like that? So I got a little bit lost there, and I came away from that group, and I knew Vedic was the meditation for me, because before I'd been doing guided, and I didn't find that was my jazz, as you would say. But I'm so happy that Mark and JC took this guy Thomas out of the ether, and then suddenly I said, oh, this guy sounds interesting. So going on from that, Thomas gives you so much tools. There's a structure to it, but you don't have to follow that structure if it doesn't fit you. You'll find something that fits you. And I think throughout the past 5 weeks, we've had mudras, we've had mantras, and we've had techniques that we can adopt to and bring into our own space, and let that work for you. So he's given us so much tools in the past 5 weeks, and I volunteered to do the transcripts for Thomas, and I find that I get even more out of it because I'm watching the videos again, I'm studying it, I'm writing it down, and I've got so much more out of this course than I could ever have imagined. And I just like to thank Thomas for the way he delivers the course. Such a wonderful teacher.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I think JC should butt in here.
Because I said wonderful.
No, because you and Thomas, right, first, and then you told me
Yeah.
about Thomas, and then Thomas sent me things like this. which is
Yeah, I've got that right here.
And I'm a blunderbuss, and I'm not very good at that sort of thing. And you connected, and then I chatted to him, and Thomas to me is like.
Hang on, am I butting in or are you butting in?
Well, I thought there was a gap, so I thought I'd better fill it. Although maybe I did talk over Thomas, probably. Sorry about that, Thomas, because he said before the show, he said, it's not about me. I'm not going to talk. You guys got to talk. I'm just talking. I'm sorry, but
Did I tell everyone?
Thomas is like. No, but he's just amazing. The guy's amazing.
He is. Oh, I'll tell you how I met him, and then as to why, because I meet a lot of people, and sometimes I do lives where I invite audience members on, and I used to do that a lot, and we'd meet so many different people, and it would be rare that someone would, I'd be like, oh, I want to talk to that person again. And I remember do you remember Thomas? I had a whole heap of people and I was inviting like 3 people on at a time, and I just kept looking at his name and I was like, my intuition told me just put him on by himself. And then as soon as I met him, I was like, this guy's like my brother. I was like, who is this guy? And we had the best chat, and everyone in the audience was like, we need to know more about him, because you were talking about Ayurveda and your past work and your history and stuff. And then we just clicked, and I'm so glad, because he's a wealth of knowledge, and I'm glad that everybody could see, what we could see. And then of course, Mark got introduced to Thomas, and the rest is history. And I'm glad Monique is working closely with Thomas as well, because this course wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for Monique, so we need to thank her as well.
It was that conversation between you and Thomas. That was the time I decided I had to work with Thomas for my health, not on a professional level. And then, since Christmas, it's just literally turned, or just before Christmas, turned into both. So Thomas really helped me as well in December, a lot, and he's still helping me, and we're working together, so it's lovely. Yeah. And
also, Ron knows his stuff, right? What a testimonial.
Yes, he does.
Ron knows a lot about this stuff. An amazing testimonial. So I'm very happy for you, Thomas.
Thank you. Thank you. Ron, just maybe for all of us, and if you just maybe point 3 things out that you have seen, felt, experienced has shifted for yourself, because one of the main reasons of why I put this course together was to help us getting rid of old habits, to help us deepening either an existing meditation practice or finding a way into meditation for those who haven't actually been meditating. So what are the 3 takeaways that you think would be good for you to share here?
So the first one would be procrastination. It's helped me stop my procrastination. Helps me be more focused. I find that I get more things done throughout the day. My mind is always working on how to develop myself and develop my clients. And it's helped me think faster, be more alert, and on a more personal level, it stopped me from getting into situations where I can get triggered. Mm-hmm. So I'll listen to something that's maybe in my space, and normally I would say, that's a load of bullshit. I would get in there, but I would just like step back, and the love, peace, and unity that you do during your meditations, and the way that you have to say this when you're doing some oiling and things like that, that brings out a lot of emotions, but it also gives love, peace, and unity to people around you. And I think I said this in the last talk in your podcast, in your webinar, that Jim Rohn once said, you can study the roots or pick the fruits, and you've got a lot of fruits to pick, Thomas, and I can't commend it any more than that.
I counted 3 double entendres that I didn't butt in on. Just want to point that out there.
Mark, you're allowed to, but to just.
Picking fruit is whatever. Anyway, well done. Good stuff. I'm feeling guilty now because I haven't done the course yet.
Well, that's all right. We forgive you, Mark.
I'm the one who probably needs to do it the most.
I was thinking that as I was talking, I was like, I was like, Mark should do. Well, you know,
I've been
we all
working
should.
11 hours.
I know.
I mean, the whole thing was just really, or is been set up that because we all have a different way of how we communicate with our environment. And from an Ayurvedic perspective, it's a lot about communication with the 5 senses, the sense of hearing, taste, touch, sight, and smell. And meditation is a big term, and a lot of people have got lots of reservations. Oh, I need to sit in a particular lotus position, and I can't move, and I can't have thoughts. So the aim was really to take the stigma out of the meditation and for people to stop being scared of meditating and finding different ways for them to basically, because that's what it is. Number 1, get in touch with yourself. And by getting in touch with yourself, naturally, you expand to a higher version and the bigger version of yourself. So, and it is just, for me, it's just wonderful to see that after 35 something years, finally, the pieces of the puzzle seem to come together. And I'm very, very grateful, Ron, for your sharing. And I can promise you, we have got a big, wonderful session ahead on Monday. So you better fasten your seatbelt. So anyway, thank you so much, Ron. Any other questions for Ron?
Can I ask a question? So Ron, you sound like a professional who's got a lot of work and you're doing lots of things. How do you fit? Because this is interesting. I know people who have a professional practice or are very, very busy, but they still manage to fit in their meditation. So how do you schedule it? Do you do it first thing in the morning? What do you do? Well, I guess everyone could answer this. So.
Yeah. So the way you gauge meditation is that how you were, say, 3 months ago, how you were 4 months ago, and then you feel that it's working for you, even though you think it's not. And when you get into certain situations, and then you can realize that you just don't go in there, so you know it's working, so you know the benefits of meditation, so you'd never let it go. It's a part of your life. And
exercise.
Yeah, it's just, and it's making room for that habit. So it's always like first thing in the morning, after a certain few rituals that Thomas has introduced, and then in the evening before I sleep. And it helps me de-excite my nervous system. So that's the benefit of it.
Amazing. That's great.
Thank you, Ron. Maybe we can come to Laura. Laura, are you happy to just chat around a little bit, share what you experienced and how did you find it for yourself? What did you find challenging?
Learning how to speak German. No, really, not. Soon. No, 9. Just thank you, everybody that's here. I've not met Monique before, but I am such big fans of everybody, JC and Mark, and now I don't know. He's really pushing into first place for me is Thomas. He's he has made this so wonderful, because I took a class in 2020 to learn to be a meditation coach. And I had no idea why I signed up to do that, except for I would take yoga, and I would love to get to the very end of the class so I could have that 5 minutes of meditation. And in August of 2020, on Saturday, I got fired. I've never gotten fired before, but I got fired from a job because I touched the back of somebody's shoulders so that I wouldn't get in the way. And he started screaming, and so I got fired. So that happened on Saturday. And then on Tuesday, I found out that my husband has non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. And then on Friday, my daughter-in-law passed away from cancer. So that was a busy week. And so looking back on it, meditation has saved my life in so many different ways. And each one of you that shares, Ron in the class and the other people in the class that share, it just touches my heart, and it brings me so much joy in my heart. I'm overflowing with just love, I guess, that I feel from everybody. And I'm so grateful for Tomaz for sharing more about meditation, because I wasn't really familiar with mudras. I was mantras, but I didn't even know what a mudra was. And so that's been real helpful for me. And when you think about, if you're going to share, because you get so excited about how wonderful this has helped you. The grandchildren, when my daughter-in-law passed away, and it's my son's children. So they were 5, 7, and 9. And so I'm 63 and a half. So it's been a long time since I've taken care of kids. But I just wanted to take what I had learned through meditation and help them, because of all the bullshit, or whatever you want to call it, with all this COVID stuff and the mask and all these different things. It's like, these little people don't know how to cope with all that. And then to add on that, their extra things. So it's been very helpful for me to kind of share with each one of them, and they absolutely love it. And so the 5 senses that you taught us, Tomaz, I also found out recently that I have something called misophonia. Does anybody know what that is? Okay.
My brother has it.
Oh, okay. Well, I just thought, I was just the biggest bitch in the world. Well, maybe I am, but I've suffered from that for a long time, and hearing these doctors talk about it it just brought me to tears, because I feel like I've just made my whole family, my children and everybody, just so miserable. But when you put together, Tomaz, the senses and the different parts of the earth and the parts of our how it makes us all feel, it just made so much sense to me. And I would have to say that my favorite one, and you said don't do this while you're driving, and you're right, don't do this while you're driving, but the one that you put your hands over all your senses, yes, and you hum, it blocks out everything. It just blocks out everything, and it's just like a big hug. So I know I've talked too long, but I just wanted to, thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I'm really going to miss not seeing you every week. So I might follow you somewhere.
Thank you so much, Laura. I mean, it's what a touching story. And I remember when I was teaching in Thailand many years ago, that I was teaching meditation at a girls' college. Like there were girls from the age of 7 until 12 or 13. And I was teaching meditation, and I led the class every morning for the first half an hour with some breath work, some mudras, and then the meditation. And it was just like so wonderful to see how the children blossom and how they just really got into their creative spirits, and just having those kids sitting there at the age of 7 or 8 and feeling their pulse, like, oh, you just teach them, what does it mean, like self-referral and feeling how your pulse feels. And it's so rewarding. And I'm so happy and grateful that you were able to share some of the tools with your grandchildren. So thank you so much. Thank you.
There's your next course, Thomas.
Which one?
There's your next course for kids.
Yes. Oh.
I'm thinking about my daughter, even that whole misophonia thing. I mean, that's perfect, because that's part of sensory, what they call sensory processing disorder.
Mm.
It's a real agitation with certain sounds, and to the point where it makes the person very angry, and they can't cope with certain sounds grate on their nerves, and it actually hurts them. So that's amazing testimonial.
Thank you. Any questions, Mark? Comments?
I'm just brokenhearted for those kids, and how amazing, Laura, that you. I don't know. It's just sucker punched me a little bit, but what you said about the power of the meditation to help you get through this is incredible. You're doing amazing work, Thomas. We knew you would.
Thank you so much. No, it wouldn't have happened without all those wonderful people, and it is great to see, and I'm sure it's the same with your course, that over the weeks we just really started to bond, and we became like a family, and everything just like we were all looking forward to seeing each other and to sharing, and we get to know each other, and it's just a wonderful community. And that's also part of meditation, is like sitting in the community and holding the space for other people. So that's part of being able to meditate and to just let go of our own thinking and thoughts and agenda, and just sit with somebody and listen to, for example, such a heartbreaking story that Laura has just shared with us. It's also part of meditation, because it's not just to sit there with closed eyes. We can do walking meditations. And in very fact, one of the best and more challenging practices is actually to use conscious eating. So basically in Ayurveda, when you sit down and you have your food, you just use the food intake as a meditative process. So without checking at your phone or having arguments, discussions, or whatever going on, that in itself is already very healing. And my intention was basically to weave the Ayurvedic principles into meditation practice and to give as many tools as possible. And then you can play with those tools. So it's like a magician. You can just sort of create your own cocktail of tricks, like, for example, if you are facing challenging situations, you have got an argument, you use your breath. Nobody really knows what's going on in your head. Or you use a part of the OBC technique that I was talking about, how to deal with mental obesity and emotional constipation. And just as much as possible, apply it in your day-to-day life and share it. So again, thank you so much, Laura. And maybe I will come to Orea next. Hi, Orea. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. Sorry, I'm in bed. I'm not feeling well. But I did enjoy the course immensely. It taught me a lot of the fundamentals that, like in yoga class, they just kind of gloss over. So a real foundation. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
So what were the key things that you took away? Because there was quite a lot so far that we have covered. So what are the key things that you were able to actually practically apply in your day-to-day life?
The breath work. Yeah, that's helped me a lot. Because I've never done that before consciously. So yeah. And the meditations.
And when you say the breath work, can you give us a particular situation where it has helped you? Like maybe where you felt a bit nervous, anxious, or overwhelmed, or
I just feel I have a lot of anxiety. So that's helped me ground me a lot. That's helped me a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any questions to Orea from JC or Mark?
Get well soon.
That's a good
damn
I was about to say. Yeah, you're doing the borax. You overdosed on the borax, did you?
Oh God. I can feel it in my throat right now. It's like, oh, please stay down.
Yeah.
Nasty.
Anything in excess, yeah. So I was going to say if it was something else, maybe the meditation would help, but I guess in this case you've just got to let it pass.
Yeah. Sit tight.
Good luck.
Use the
Good luck with it.
use the fire breath to help it burn quicker. So Kapalabhati in this process to help the detoxification pathways to clear so that it sort of gets out of the system quicker.
Thank you.
Okay, wonderful. And then last but not least, Janine. Hello, darling.
Hi, I think everyone said everything. I think I'll just leave it there. I'd just like to say thank you to Thomas. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and obviously thank you to Mark and
Frozen. Janine, just when she started talking.
Frozen.
Janine frozen. That's okay. She probably doesn't realize she's frozen. She probably thinks we're not frozen for her.
I'm sure she will come back.
That just kicked her out. She's back again.
That's really advanced meditation. That is. Look, she's not moving.
Yes.
She's moved.
5 weeks. That's incredible. Takes Tibetan monks 200 years to do that.
Well, you know what? I'll just talk about Janine is the most chilled out person you'll ever meet. And so for meditation, so for her to do the meditation course, she's really not here. That, for her to have an impact on someone who's already chilled out and thinks they don't need it, that's pretty amazing, actually. Do you know, did you get much feedback from Janine when, in the course?
Yes,
Tomaz?
we did. And she was basically mentioning that for the first time we did I think it was the candle gazing meditation, Trataka meditation that we did. And she started to get visions. So she started to feel the third eye opening and to start seeing things. And I think that was one of the breakthrough experiences. And it was also with regards to one of the other breath practice. I can't remember which one it was. And like you say, JC, is like, it's wonderful to see people who have been in the field of meditation and practicing. Janine is back, by the way. She's coming back in.
Yeah, I can see. Yeah.
She's coming back in, who has been practicing meditation and deepened their own practice. So it's not just for new beginners. It's about how can you take an existing practice to another level.
I've been meditating for decades, and I remember, hi Janine, I remember when we did it on the show, just that really short one, I had this amazing vision before, which I'd never seen, which was the light body. You told me it was the light body that I actually saw, because I said, I saw this, blue, white. So that's amazing. I mean, you're always going to reach another level.
Absolutely. Yeah. Nina's back. Here we are. Would you like to unmute yourself?
there we go. I don't know where I got up to. I was busy talking. I thought I can see me moving something up. Quickly get out. Well, like I say, I'd just like to say thank you. But like I say, Thomas, I don't know if you heard this, but when he teaches, he doesn't preach. like he gives you all the tools, so it's really nice. Because I don't know anything about meditation. I'm like 100% beginner, and I have tried a little bit, and my mind's like, I can't do this, and talking away, and there's a little nutter inside. But no, honestly, but what Thomas has given me, like, has helped us an awful lot. And like Laura was saying, like the buzzing one,
Yeah,
I think because then you just got that much noise going on in your head, the little voice can't talk over that, and it really brings me down, like relaxes me. And the candle one, you know how you can just, I love all of them, I love all the mudras, and I love everything. The candle one, I fell in love with that nearly every night. And the first time I've ever like shut my eyes and ever seen colour was that night when we're doing that. I saw a big red pea thing, and I've never ever seen, you know, like people when they see colours meditation. I thought, I've been having the candle. I've never seen it that bright, but I've seen that. And it was the last one when you were saying, I can't remember, the fire breath with your tongue.
Oh, the Shitali cooling breath.
Yeah. Well, I had really bad heartburn because I've been not eating a lot of bread, and it doesn't suit me. And I'd had heartburn that night, and I'm glad you done that because that helped.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah.
See, this is the beauty, that whenever you are in a situation, if you are connected to yourself, to your higher self, you will know instantly which tools to use. And that's the beauty of it. It's not so much about a set prescription. And I kept on saying that it's not about a routine. I have to do this. I have to always sit down and do this and that. It's about finding your own rhythm and dancing according to your own rhythm and allowing the knowledge to come to you. And because we have introduced you to a few of the practices, your subconscious will remember. It will remember in tricky times, oh, this comes in, or this is helping me in this situation. And that's the beauty of it. And then you can take a few colors and you can paint your own piece of artwork. So you can choose the mudra that you want, the breathwork that you want. And then when you feel a bit settled, stick with the practice maybe for a little longer and see where that journey is going to take you. And that will open up really to much, much deeper experience within your existing practice.
Oh, lovely. Thank you. Enjoyed that. And I was I've been trying to tell Peter little things, and then the stretching ones.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, he's at the computer a lot. So I ran straight to him and showed him. So he's got a little bit of it. So
Wow.
it's all good. And like,
Janine, oh, sorry. I was going to say, when you were off camera, I was just saying you're a very chilled out person naturally. And I wonder how meditation enhanced that. I mean, how could it make you even more chilled out? But you're basically saying all the tools are just so amazing. You can use them in different.
Yeah. And like when the rooms with Laura, she was talking, and she's just lovely. And I don't know if you teach. She's just got like such a lovely personality, and I think if you could do it yourself, she's lovely. But yeah, thank you.
Wonderful. So I don't want to hold up you any longer. I'm so grateful that you were able to come and join. But last but not least, I would need to mention that without Dan, I would not be so chilled, because he did all the technical bits in the background and letting people in when they drop off and reading the comments in the chat box, because I haven't got my glasses on and I can't read them. So Dan has been really wonderful support in the background and doing all the technical sides of it. So I'm very grateful. And again, I can promise you we will be in for a ride on Monday.
Well, Tomaz, I've got a question. What's next? I mean, you've got the book out, you've got the meditation course. What's next for people?
There are two things that I'm pondering on. There's one course that I'm sitting on, which could be around Tantra. So using Tantra in your practice towards personal development and spiritual growth. And the other one would be the Ayurvedic nutritional course. So Dan keeps on telling me, you're really enjoy playing with the spices and let's do a nutrition course and basically go with you into the kitchen. So these are the two things that I'm playing with at the moment. And then, of course, we have offered the in-person retreat.
Yeah.
That we are hoping
yeah.
to get off the ground.
That's what Monique did with you, which was
Yeah.
and
Right.
she was a right pain in the ass until she went on that retreat. Let me tell you.
Oi, oi, Attwood. Oi, oi.
Came back on then.
How was it for you? Because I introduced you the first time to taking to happy, to basically be
Monique's frozen now. She's doing that advanced meditation. Look.
She's frozen now. How funny is that? So we probably have to wait for Monique to come back.
It's the energy. She was so excited, it just froze.
Got into her light body.
Yes.
No, seriously, she did your retreat and she came back.
Yeah.
It was like Zoom.
I know.
Couldn't get her up. It was amazing.
Dan
She
has
was
a
amazing.
couple of comments from people from the Telegram group in the chat.
Oh, great.
Are we on Telegram?
No. It's just some of them, they don't want to come on live. They have just
Ah.
I thought this was a private chat.
Here we are. I'm finding that the course is really helping me to calm down and feel more serene in my day, especially when I did the oil massage. By the way, the oil massage was really quite, for many, a big breakthrough experience, because it was all about the application of oil, giving self-love, doing it in front of the mirror with full attention to basically paying attention to the sense of touch. How does it feel?
What kind of
Mark,
course is this?
I can see your grin on your face. Don't get me started.
What kind of course is this again?
Well,
I like it. Where do I sign?
Where do you sign?
No, you don't need to sign up for it.
The spanking is coming on Monday, and the whips. No, forget it. Let's cut this out quickly. I don't know where that came from.
Came from here.
Yeah, so basically, Monique, can you just share with us, how was your first rapé experience?
Okay, so the tobacco experience. Well, I mean, okay, let's start from the start. The whole weekend was just absolutely beautiful. First of all, arriving at Tomaz's home, it's a gorgeous building. It's a gorgeous house. The boys have really, made it feel very, very welcome. The practices that I was treated to were also all absolutely amazing. So I had several healing sessions with different modalities with Tomaz, which were beautiful. And then on the Saturday afternoon, we did the tobacco ceremony. Tomaz actually has a dedicated temple in his home where he does all these ceremonies. So even just walking into that particular room, you instantly feel the change in energy. And then when the ceremony starts, and the way that Tomaz so beautifully, leads you into it, in the same way that he does with the meditations that you've been doing online, it was gorgeous. So, okay, just to give an example, when I arrived, Tomaz took my frequency with his pendulum. He measured it, and I think it was it 25K or something, Tomaz? And by the time we finished the tobacco ceremony, I was at 1 billion. Yeah. Now, I am not, by any stretch of the imagination, an experienced meditator or any of those things, but it was just that whole day, the way I was led into it, the way everything was just calmed down, and I was literally prepared for this beautiful ceremony where you have the tobacco blown up your nose, and you know the whole room smells of beautiful incense and sage and all of those things. I was sky high by the time I came out of there, and literally had to go for a walk in the woods to just come back down again.
Sure, it was tobacco.
Yes.
You know,
I need to come on this retreat. I'm coming.
Yeah, you do.
I can't wait. I can't wait to blow some tobacco up your nose.
Yeah, I bet. I remember my first rapé was harsh, man. I wasn't ready. And I learned I've had Sananga in the eyes, the ayahuasca, the peyote. And I'm just bringing this up for anybody watching who doesn't know what all this stuff is, because this is all like ancient stuff that goes way back, and it's used in tribes.
Plant medicine.
Yeah, it's plant medicine, but it's also it girds your spirit. These things gird your spirit, and they make you they're not all easy, is what I'm saying. And you do get these highs that aren't like drug highs. They are natural highs when you are, and this
open.
Yeah, and I've done a bit of joking around on this, but I've been deeply touched by what everybody says. And by the way, Janine, it's very nice to actually see you in person. I've never met you before, but
yeah,
it's great to see your face. And I just think it's brilliant, and I'm not joking. I want to come on the retreat.
Sure.
I mean, there's one other thing that I need to. There's one other thing I actually need to mention, because the hospitality from these two gentlemen is unbelievable. The food is 5-star. I mean, absolutely beautiful. So definitely worth doing.
Yeah,
more than
I remember you guys called me when you were there. I think it was your last day before you were about to, actually you were about to leave. And I remember you telling me, and I just remember the change in Monique, and I thought, Monique, you need to live there. Like you were just like so, you were on that high.
I'm coming back on my
I'm coming.
wheels.
I'm going to come to Devon, and
Definitely have a reunion here. Laura, you raised your hand?
Yes, I just wanted to say that with the world the way it is right now, each of you, JC and Mark and Thomas, have brought so much laughter. It's those little things like that that you do, Thomas. I don't know. Do you know that you do them? He just does these things. And I'll be in the middle of the night and just thinking about it. And if you try to tell somebody, it's not the same. But anyway, just the laughter that you've all brought is wonderful. And when I would watch different videos, they would always say, meditate, but no one ever told you how to meditate. And I think that a lot of people don't know how to meditate. Maybe they think they do, but so this has been just wonderful to be able to grow that part in the toolbox, like Ron said. So that's all I wanted to say. Thank you.
Thank you. Wonderful. Okay. Any final words? No final words.
I will say I'm glad that we crossed paths, and I'm so grateful that we met up again in this lifetime, Thomas.
Yeah.
I still have to see you face to face. And, every time I hear back from the audience and we see what we do, because sometimes, I keep saying to Mark, and Mark says it to me, I feel like we're not doing enough. We say it all the time, and but then we hear back from the audience and we see the impact of simple things, like having a laugh, or like, reaching out to someone like yourself, Thomas, and just getting that feeling that everybody needs to meet this person. These sorts of things are making a big difference. And I'm just so grateful that we crossed paths again, and that you took a chance and came on that live, and and we were able to reach out to the rest of the world with your wonderful, wonderful gifts. And you are a natural facilitator and teacher, and I'm so glad that everybody gets to see that and to not be so bombarded with harsh energy, because sometimes we get some teachers who are really, like dictators, but, this is great. Great to hear back from everyone.
Thank you so much. JC, I can't wait to give you a big hug. Very soon.
I can't wait. Yeah, I'm coming.
Hey, everybody, I feel really humbled, and I must say it's very hard for me. I get very nervous when I hear, this is something I have to learn, to just sort of breathe in and let it sink, that actually the work that I do, that we do, is really having an impact. And I struggle with that. I just sort of feel like, okay, that's all fine. Can we just get over it and let's just move on? But I think it's part of my process to just, like Mark was just doing, just open up and just let it sink and let it just sort of filter through. And I feel deeply, deeply touched and very grateful for everybody who has been here with us tonight, and everybody who has been on the course, and everybody who will be in the course in the future. And if you get the chance, just come and visit us. And big hugs to everybody.